I've got another important health message today. Questions you need to ask before you use any essential oils. This is very important because a lot of people are going for essential oils today, very, very popular. And I have listed a number of questions that are vital. If anyone's interested in this, I can email it or send it through Messenger. Because look, we're getting people using oils left, right and centre and they're thinking they're genuine and they can actually do more harm than good, because most of the people selling oils will actually tell you that you can't take them internally. So the idea of essential oils were supposed to be medicine, supposed to be the most powerful therapies on the planet, because they used them in the Bible times and they used them every day as a part of their life. But these days, when people are selling oils, they're doing it for business, which is fair enough, you know, we all got to live, but they're not going the distance or the extra mile to make sure the oils are pure and the oils are actually therapeutic and have all the molecules in them to help heal the body. Now, this is important. This is why we need to ask these questions. Because even though they can say organic or pure or number one, it doesn't mean they're the genuine article, because I've used them in the clinic for years and years, and some people react to some of them. So we've got to be very careful, and they have to be TGA approved for internal use, and most of them are not. So here we go. Here are the questions you need to ask. Do they grow their own crops? Do they grow their own herbs? Do they grow their own lavender? Do they grow their own frankincense? I mean, frankincense itself, not everyone can grow that, because that comes from the Middle East, the genuine one, and it takes 40 years before you can extract genuine oil out of it. And you've got different frankincenses. You've got a frankincense from India, you've got a frankincense in the Middle East, Oman, and you've got a frankincense in Africa, and they're all different. So you've got to be real careful. Do they grow their own? This is a question you need to ask. Have they got their own farms? 99% of companies, I can guarantee you, will say no. And if you ask to visit their farms, they'll go, oh, you can't visit them, we have to chaperone you, or you know, things like that. You have to make an appointment. But the genuine ones, we've found you can go there anytime you want, have a look at their farms. Or there's only one place I know where they grow most of their own, and the ones they don't grow, because you can't grow all your own crops, there's over 200 oils, different oils. But the ones they don't grow, they have control or requirements, which I will cover in a minute, requirements that they want the grower to meet. Otherwise, they will not deal with them. So it's a very high standard that we need to meet if we want to use the original Bible oils. Although we have new equipment today, they're made very similar to the ancient Bible oils, which have all the constituents. Okay, another question is, are they grown in the native environment? Now, this is another important question, because like I said, you can grow a frankincense tree in the middle of Australia, but would it have the same constituents as Oman or Africa or India? No, it would be totally different. Would it be beneficial? Yes. But what I'm saying is we need to have the total constituents in all the plants before we could call them therapeutic. Another point is you can grow lavender anywhere in the world. But is it the same as the original, which is in the Alps of France, or have you got the seed that comes from the Alps of France? These are all very important questions because the lavender grown in France, when it's distilled right, has got all the constituents needed for healing and balancing the body. Now, here's another important point that I've never come across any supplement company that grows their crops in high bricks soil. Now, you've probably heard me talking about high brick soil or very high nutrition soil. You've got to have all the nutrients, all the microbes. There's hundreds of microbes that we need in the soil, and the bricks readings are actually the sugar readings. There's long chain and short chain sugars. What we're eating in foods now is short chain sugars. What they're doing is spiking our blood sugar, which is not good. The long chain sugars come from plants grown in high nutrition soil, and this is very important. There was Dr. Reams way back in the 40s and 50s did an actual a lot of research on this. He was teaching practitioners, and he said you cannot fix people if you don't fix the soil. Now, what he found was he got a bricks meter, and you'll see some of those on my website. I think they're a must for anyone, any gardener. He's got a bricks meter, and he measured the measurements, and when they came to vegetables, was a measurement of 12 or 12% sugar. Good sugars we're talking about here, not the short chain. Good sugars, and 20% for fruit. The food was actually healing people. So the food was actually medicine. When he found that the bricks readings came down to 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, like today we're between 1 and 4. Organic is around about 6. I've measured them. So it can't heal anyone, although I eat organic. If I can't grow it, I will eat organic. That's better than sprayed food. But it's still not enough to heal you alone. Where high bricks food at a bricks reading of 12 to 20 can heal you or can help balance the body and the nutrients. So that's a very important thing. And when I listened to Dr. Gary Young, who started this company, he said that he grows his lavender at a bricks reading of 24. So do you get that? I mean, that really excited me, because if you have a vegetable at a bricks reading of 12 that's medicine, and you have an essential oil that's been grown in soil with a bricks reading of 24, you have a missing link there. You have a missing link, or a therapy with missing links in it. Okay? So if you ask any company, ask companies, do they grow their crops in high brick soil? And I know what the answer is going to be. Mostly no, or mostly I don't know, or mostly it doesn't matter. But it does matter. It makes a difference between balancing the body and unbalancing, because if it's not grown in high brick soil, it won't have all the constituents and the molecules, and if it hasn't got all the molecules, then it's going to unbalance the body. Does that make sense? drop me an email, but please click on share and share it around. Share this information around, because a lot of people use essential oils. Another thing is, are they distilled at a low temperature, low pressure, between 1 and 24 hours? Okay? Again, that's very important, because you're getting companies now who just want to make money, and they're getting, even if they distill it themselves, a lot of companies buy their oils in, and some of them are second hand or second grade, and some of them distill their own. But when they distill their own, they're distilling them at high temperature, 400 degrees we're talking, and high pressure, and for about 15 minutes. You cannot get a therapy out of that, because what you're doing is, if you're not growing them in high brick soil, and then you're coming in and destroying the molecules by overheating them and over pressurizing them, and for only 15 minutes, rather than like cypress needs 24 hours, this distillation. So this is a very important thing that you really, or very important question you need to ask them. The distillation and the growing are vital. They're the two major ones. And you want to ask, are they approved by the TGA? And a lot of them say no. Do they measure the highest possible frequency in musical notes? Now, here's another very important one. Most oils are low frequency. You need high frequency, the highest antioxidant, the highest ORAC value for the oils, because our frequency is very low, and disease has a very low frequency. For instance, cancer has a frequency of about 42 megahertz. Okay, so our frequency needs to be high to protect us against disease, and the genuine oils have a very high frequency, anywhere between 52 megahertz and 538 megahertz. This is essential. Now, when you grow the crops in high brick soil and you have a high frequency, well, that leads to high frequency, then you will have your musical notes. Now, no one talks about musical notes in therapies, but they're a must, because our cells are vibrating at certain sounds, and the receptor sites open to allow nutrition into the cell. Okay? If you haven't got the right sound, and this is why it's important to have good water, because good energized water has the frequency, and good supplements which have the frequency will allow that to go inside the cell. This is why a lot of supplements are not working today, because they haven't got the musical notes to balance and tune up the vibration or tune up the cell, and they haven't got the high frequency to help open up the receptor and to clean the receptor. This is very important. So do they have the highest possible frequency musical notes? Now, here's another issue. A friend of mine went to Paris to some of the best or those perfume and essential oils companies that Hollywood used, and he got talking to the manager, and he says, how many musical notes you got in your perfumes or in your essential oils? Because most essential oils are actually used for perfume, not therapies. And he said some are about 5 musical notes and some are 10. And we thought, wow, that's awesome, because the genuine oils, get this, have between 300 and 900 musical notes. The genuine lavender has 300 musical notes. The genuine clary sage has 900 musical notes. You have to have all those musical notes for an effective therapy. So there's something new you probably haven't heard of before. Is there anything added? Are they first grade or second grade? Because I'll tell you what, the oils we use, if they haven't got all the musical notes or all the frequency or all the molecules needed, they don't sell them. They sell them to other companies buy them. So there you go. So other companies are buying second grade oils. So we won't sell second grade oils if they've got anything missing, because they do over 80 tests. 80 tests. Each oil goes through over 80 tests, or each bottle. So this is very, very substantial and very important questioning here. If you want to get top quality, do they contain the maximum amounts of actives like phenols, monoterpenes, sesquiterpenes, which actually balance and help program and reprogram the cells? Because we all store we all store negative and toxic emotions from our childhood. I know I have many. I'm not afraid to say it. We all have. So if we want to reprogram those, we're finding it very difficult to find therapies that actually do that. But the monoterpenes, sesquiterpenes help do that. They program, reprogram, delete bad information. You don't hear that much anywhere. So now, these questions are important. If any company cannot answer these questions, they're not genuine oils. And they, like I said, they might have organic on there, they might have pure, they might have #1 oil company on earth or whatever. But if they can't answer these questions, I'd be very dubious. And also what the genuine oils need to do is they have to be a complete therapy. They have to work on every part of the system: physical, spiritual, mental, emotional, and even social. Through every oil, through every cell, pineal gland, limbic system of the brain, DNA. Oils are original therapies from the Bible. Okay? I mean, God told his people to use them. How important would that be? So there's about 8 therapies in one also. So you know how you got light therapy, colour therapy, oxygen therapy, frequency therapy, energy therapy, antioxidant therapy, music therapy, sound therapy. You got all these therapies separate. Well, they're all in one. In a genuine oil, you've got all those therapies in one. So like I said, they're tested for 80 different things. Don't ask me what, but I don't know the 80, but I know I've got an idea what. They're testing for colour therapy, ORAC, frequency, antioxidant, purity, chemicals, and it just goes on and on, okay? They're truly a treasure from heaven, really. If you want a copy of these questions, please contact me, or if you've got any questions, or if you want to know how to get hold of some of these oils, just try them. They're beautiful, they're brilliant, and I'm not claiming anything, not claiming they can heal disease, but they will definitely help balance your body. So until next talk, thanks for listening. And please share. God bless you. See you next time.